I tried to break it down into what are the core things. Let's say you have this thing in the middle, right? Whether it's a doctor office, the dentist, it's a car mechanic. What are the things that every small business has that could be opportunities for AI outside of the main thing? So you can push back on this, but I broke it up into three buckets. It's get more customers. So that's sales and marketing. It's support existing customers, which is the front end operation of the whole show. And then it's the back end, which is the money part. So it's bill, collect, and do tax shit.
You're kind of missing like doing the service itself, although maybe that could go into support existing customers. But a lot of times, like these are businesses that have a services component or like an in-person physical component. Normally, that's only a small percentage of the overall time spent, but like that's what's billable. The more time you can spend on the billable thing, the better.
I'm assuming in all these examples, I don't know exactly what the billable thing is and what type of business it is. It's interesting because if you automate that part away, let's say like you're an auditor and you can automate part of that away, you're gonna get pressure to have lower fees.
We're assuming, I think for a lot of these local businesses, that is the core thing that you do. That's your bread and butter. That's a thing that you would not automate, if anything. So, like, if you're a landscaper, I mean, maybe I guess you could use like robot lawnmowers to help do some landscaping, but like that's the last thing that you probably automate. You want to automate everything you can't bill for. It is really challenging for these business owners because like there's often peaks and valleys. Like there's times when they're slammed and like it's busy season, and there are times that they're not, and there's no ability to scale up resourcing. Like you kind of have fixed capacity. There's also just so much waste from if there's 40 hours in a week that you can do something, if only 20 of those 40 hours are billable, it's really hard to like make a good profit.
We rented a bounce house. Great customer service, came on time. The steaks were in, so like it didn't fly away or anything. Cause of course, my buddy who's come to the cookout right before sends me this like horrible Instagram reel of like one of these bounce houses in the Midwest, like blowing away mid party. I have to go up to the guy, obviously, and be like, hey, how does this business work? Like, how many times do you have to rent this out in order to start being in the positive and stuff? And he's like, well, basically after 10 rentals we start to make money off of it. We have 15 of these things. It's me and three of my high school friends and one neighbor. So there's five of us involved in the business. It's a pretty like manual intensive process because we have to like physically bring them everywhere. And he's like, the customer service aspect is so important. Like one bad Google review that like really hurts our business. And like we have to over communicate with clients. Like there are all sorts of variables involved. How do they use AI possibly to cut in some extra profits around the edge?
That's the key thing is like once they can get to that minimum threshold, everything above that's profit. You definitely want AI to help get closer to that point as possible. Let's go through. So you have get more customers, support existing customers, and the money and taxes. And maybe let's start with a landscaping company. My cousin actually owns his own landscaping business in Ohio, does pretty well for himself. But if you're trying to get more customers for my cousin, what would you do with AI?
I think there are some really cool ways to take lots of photos of existing customers' lawns and like have that in like a folder or something, and then use ChatGPT or more of a specialized AI to come up with like renderings to give to potential new clients to go above and beyond to be like, oh, look what we could make your yard look like. And also these are photos that we have that look really great from in like a professional presentation from other yards we've done.
Thinking that a lot of these landscapers are just putting together generic proposals, and the homeowner would be so much more likely to buy and spend more money if they could see what the outcome was going to look like and it looked professional and legit. I'm sure AI could do that, or at least do a decent job. If one landscaper did that and none of the other firms did it, I would be way more likely to go with the one that had the mock-ups.
We're putting in new flooring in part of the house. We had three people come. Two of them got back to us that day. One person waited like 4 days. It's like if you had notes that you could just put in to ChatGPT to create a proposal instantly and automatically send that out. Like I might have went with this third person just on the speed of getting it back to me.
You want to get back that proposal like in less than a day if you can, because if I'm a buyer, I'm so much more likely to buy from the person that submits the proposal either first or second. I like to have at least two to like see the comparison, but by the time it's a week later, I've already made a decision. I'm not waiting for your proposal. I'm just assuming that you dropped the ball.
A lot of these landscaping companies, they have repeat clients. So you can send automated invoicing and probably also have like an automated dunning text system with AI to follow up with people who don't pay.
You're skipping ahead, CJ. We're talking about getting more customers.
Sorry, my mind always goes to the money. It always goes to the money.
You're talking about marketing and you immediately start talking about dunning. You're the only one I know that does that. Now, these companies, they're local services businesses. I suspect a lot of them get business from like Google searches of, hey, landscapers in my area, or maybe looking on review sites. Angie's List used to be a thing. I don't know if it's still a thing anymore, but like places like that where you're probably looking to see vetted places in your area that are well reviewed. And so I have to imagine like building out some social content or following up with your happy customers to get them to post reviews, like content and referrals and review generation would be a pretty interesting place for AI because it's pretty routine work, but that can make a big difference between whether you show up as the best landscaper in the zip code or not.
Yeah, and to create hyper local content around it, like I'm making up best landscaping ideas for houses in the Fairfield County area based on the soil and sand quality or something like that. I don't know what the ROI on this is going to be. I'm not a writer by trade, but being able to go super deep on those hyper specific things and also have like the stores near you can buy stuff from and how much does it cost. Like I think that goes a long way.
Building out content so your website becomes a destination for anyone thinking about this. I do think that the AI to do that isn't great yet, but like it's probably going to save a bit of time. Like, and it's going to make it a lot easier to build out this content relative to how it would take if you did it manually. You probably send a proposal, and then for a lot of these companies, they don't really follow up. Email's kind of a bad email, and then to me is wild, like that they don't reach out a couple of days later. Hey, wanted to check in. Do you have any questions on the proposal? Sometimes those follow-ups, if you hit someone at the right time, it's like, oh yeah, I didn't pull the trigger on this. Like you seem motivated, you seem eager to do this work. Let's go, let's move forward. To me, that's a lot of low-hanging fruit in the follow-ups.
As a local company, how do you make yourself feel like you're everywhere at once to the customer? That's probably who they end up wanting to do business with at the end of the day.
When I looked to set up my first CRM at Growth Unhinged, I knew I wanted something that was actually AI first. The world has evolved. Most CRMs are still stuck in the 90s. I found Lightfield, the CRM that remembers everything and does the work for you. It joins all my sales calls, reads my emails, and has the full context on every account. At this point, Lightfield knows my deals better than I do. I haven't had to set up a single CRM dashboard. Instead, I simply ask Lightfield questions like, which deals in my pipeline are most likely to close, or who do I need to follow up with today? It even automatically prepares me for meetings with a personalized daily briefing, and setup was quick and surprisingly painless. Lightfield is my sales coach, RevOps analyst, therapist, EA, all in one. See Lightfield for yourself with a 14-day free trial. Connecting data from your inbox takes just 5 minutes, and you can migrate in under an hour. Go to lightfield.app, that's LIGHTFIELD.app, and use code MOSTLYGROWTH to get 3 months free.